Well, I have never in my 15 years of general practice seen such devastation with patients' mental health. That's an extract from a raw, open letter penned by Melbourne doctor Stacey Harris to Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews, describing the impact the city's harsh lockdown is having on her patients, many of them children. She joins me now from her practice in Camberwell. Doctor, thanks for your time this morning. Those words, they are incredibly powerful. You also talk about your patients' anguish, despair and suicidal thoughts. What is it you're dealing with?
I'm dealing with a big uptake in depression and anxiety, especially in that 12 to 15 age group of young kids who are just so sad and depressed, and sadly some, suicidal, some a lot self-harming, restricted their eating, so lots of eating disorders have increased. But then I am seeing some behaviours in as young as 5 or 6 years of age, sadly, showing just they're angry, they're upset easily, and it's just ramped right up, which is why I just had to write a letter.
I mean, you're talking about 12-year-old kids feeling suicidal. Why is that? What are they telling you?
They are telling me they have no hope. They are telling me life is not what it was. They listen to the media, they hear what happens on Sundays, and they just feel let down each week after week after week. And then to hear that they're not going back to school, the year 7 to 10s, they're heartbroken, and none of us can work out why. Why can't they go back?
So what are you asking the Premier to do?
So in my opinion, but backed up by many doctors and many specialists, it's 3 things. 1, follow you guys, follow New South Wales contact tracing, get that perfect. And then we can open up safely and let these kids go back to school, have some normality in term 4. It's going on. And number 3, then we can learn to live safely with the virus like all the other states are doing, and protect the aged and the vulnerable. So 3 things. It's not rocket science.
So how do you feel then when we heard reports this morning that about poor infection control at another quarantine hotel? Private security guards were removed yesterday and were replaced with police. What was your thoughts when you heard that?
I just feel that why we're still here, why are we still in the end of September dealing with this? Why can't we follow you guys and it's just, I guess I feel absolutely disheartened, and when Melbourne, Victoria, we're a great state, and how come we can't get it right?
Well, I mean, and a lot of the workload is falling to GPs like yourself. We know that psychologists are no longer taking on new patients because they just don't have the space. You talk about handing out antidepressants to kids, and it feels like handing out lollies. Have you heard anything back from the Premier?
Sadly, no. I heard yesterday that either it wasn't received or he hadn't seen it, and now it's 9 days ago since I sent the letter and called the office. So look, ignore me. I'm just writing the letter, but don't turn your back on these kids. Don't ignore the reality of this mental health crisis we are in and we're continuing to face. It's absolutely, it's so horrible. It breaks my heart.
Well, Stacey, thank you so much for raising your concerns. Hopefully the Premier does listen. He does have a lot on his plate, but when we hear that this is going on with our kids, we've got to do something about it. So thank you for raising the alarm.
Thank you.
And if you or anyone you know is struggling, you can call Lifeline on 13 11 14. It's hard to hear that, isn't it?